Welcome to Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. My name is Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul. This week, I bring you good news. We have a home. All housing is sold and bought for our move to Rochester, Minnesota. It reminds me of the elders who say, everything will work out. It usually does, though, but sometimes not in the way we originally thought. Just like the house. The house we thought that was perfect would have been nice, but the one we ended up with, I think, is going to be even better. Well, I've been sorting files like crazy. And I keep asking myself, why do we hang on to so much paper and articles and quotes and words and words and words? But that's me. I love learning, and I keep these tidbits to remind me of the wisdom I have read along the way, just in case I need to be reminded. In this part of my life, I have been able to view things, though, with a little bit more objectivity. Like, will I ever look at it again? Or is it something that will be meaningful to our kids? Or will I use it to teach or present programs with? It's much easier to let go. But an interesting thing occurred. I happened upon an old file of quotes, many dating back to my high school days. The file was thick with these little scraps of paper, each with a sage advice or some ways of living printed on them. And thanks to Katie Silas, who I met on a plane on the way home from China in 2004, I now fill my journals with the quotes that I find are so important that I don't want to leave them just to mere memory. Well, reading them over and over in this file just makes my spirit soar, as it does when I read them in my journal. I read through the quotes in the file and I realized that I knew most of them by heart and had been saying them over and over for probably 50 years. I realized the quotes had embedded themselves in my way of being, my reactions to things, my discipline in learning, becoming, and seeing the world and its humanity with possibility and love. I also noticed that they were similar in nature from long ago to today, directing me to the kind of living that I value and truly want to emulate. In fact, I found many quotes in that old file repeated in my journals now. As I looked at those I had saved since high school, I remembered the beginning of my appetite for saving meaningful quotes. It began with my friendship with Rod Long during high school. I've since lost track of him, but we were good friends and both enjoyed finding meaningful quotes. I found those I had written down, pasted on pieces of paper that were from construction paper, and they each had glued pictures on that went along with the quote. Well, that was the beginning. So, what words have been instrumental in the formation of your way of living? What have you leaned into, repeated, kept close to you as you grew into the person you wanted to be reflected to the world? Some of you have found those guiding words in songs, or in the Bible, or in the writings of the great poets or philosophers, or from the things your parents, grandparents, and teachers or wise mentors along the path have said. Just as the early explorers used the North Star to guide them on their journeys, so we need some kind of North Star to lead us to wise choices and decisions in living our lives. Quotes do that for me. Here are some of my favorite quotes from high school and my young adult life. While you are dreaming of the future or regretting the past, the present, which is all you have, slips from you and is gone. Or this one. Today I will live my life the way I would if I had it to live over again. Or, you can't be ugly except to those who don't understand. Or this one is from Socrates in 400 BC. Children today are tyrants. They contradict their parents, gobble their food, and tyrannize their teachers. We sure haven't changed much, have we? Here's one from Frederick Collins. Always remember there are two types of people in the world. Those who come into the room and say, "Here I am," and those who come in and say, "Ah, there you are." Here's one from James M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan. Always be kinder than necessary. Or here's one. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be bent out of shape. Or from Emerson. What you do speaks so loudly I cannot hear what you say. Or finally from Carl W. Beeker. They may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. These are just a few gems I've treasured and have stored in my mind and soul. So, what words fill your ears? Words are truly a powerful vehicle. They can affect the way you choose to live your life, which will affect the way others live their lives. This week on your bathroom mirror, put up a different quote each day that reflects who you want to be. Remember, you become what you think about the most. Join me next Monday for Live, Life Inspired Views for Every Day. I'm Chris Meyer, and I'm a curious soul.